relationships with people? I mean, really think about that, right? Do you really truly have deep relationships with people, or do you have a lot of shallow relationships? You know, in today's culture and the social media environment and things that we're in today, you know, people seem to have a ton of surface relationships. The average person on Facebook has almost 400 friends. The average Twitter person has about 150 Twitter followers. So, I mean, it's like, you know, people are connected with so many folks. You know, I was on a webinar yesterday, and Chris Weaver, aka Dreamweaver, really well-known real estate guy, and have so much respect for him, you know, and he's talking about how everybody should be maxed out on Facebook, on their Facebook friends, that you should be totally maxed out. So if you think about that, that means you got 5,000 people on your Facebook page. And so, you know, what I wanted to ask is, how deep are you going with your relationships? You know, with the relationships that you have with, if you're a loan officer, the relationships you have with your referral partners, your realtors, your CPAs, your financial planners, right? The folks, your long-term, you know, estate planning, that kind of thing, right? The people that you're referring business, or are referring business to you, you know, how deep are you going with those people? Do they know your kids' names? Do they know your 5-year plan? Do they know your why statement? Do you know that about them? Do you know what their goals are? You know, I mean, really and truly, think about that for a second. How much do you really know somebody past a surface level of, here's what I ate, or here's what I'm doing, or here's what I think about religion or politics, or any of that kind of stuff that, you know, people talk about on Facebook? But how much do you really and truly know about them on a deeper, really intimate, personal level? You know, do they have debt? You know, how often do they take vacations? What do they like? You know, all that kind of stuff, right? The things that, you know, you're going to really know about your friends. You're going to really know these things. And you should know that about your very best referral partners. You should be spending that kind of time. If you're a realtor, do you know that about your loan officer? Do you know that about your home inspector, your financial planners, your estate planners? You know, whatever resources that you're getting business from, do you know that about the apartment locator that you work with, or whatever it is, right? Whatever is referring you business. And really and truly, the same thing can be asked on the level of within your database. Do you know these same things about your top 5% in your database, right? If you look at your really truly your top A list, which is probably no more than 20 people, 25 people is going to be on your, really should be like in your inner circle. You know, do you know that about them? Do you know their why? Do you know what their big reason for life is? Do you know their kids' names and goals? Do you know, their family history? Or do you know any, you know, it's so many things, right? Just think about what you know about your friends. And this is the kind of stuff, these are the kind of relationships that you should be building to have true long-term, you know, just wealth building within real estate or within the mortgage industry. These are things that you have to have. You have to have these kind of really serious, long-term, deep relationships with people to really get where you want to go and to have as much success as you can possibly have. So that's my message today. This is your Friday Quickie, even though it's been a little long, but I think it's a great message for you today is, how deep are your relationships? Are you only having shallow, surface relationships, or are you truly opening yourself up, being vulnerable, right, and opening yourself up and really showing your heart to your referral partners? And are they doing the same thing for you? I'm Nick Carpenter. Have a great weekend.